I could not hold my mule. I said, you know what? I have decided that Hey guys, welcome back. What's going on, subs, and how y'all doing, noobs? And just in case you don't know what a noob is, that's short for newbie. Get it? Newbie? And just in case you don't know what a newbie is, honey, don't worry. I'm about to tell you. A newbie be anybody checking me out, maybe for the first time, maybe for the second. It may even be for the third, fourth, or fifth. We don't count those numbers around here. We really don't. I just want all of my subs and I want all of my noobs to gather around and come on in. Okay, so for today we have a quickie, and I mean a quickie. For all of those who are initiated, and maybe for some of y'all that aren't, and just mosey on in here for the first time, I did a video not too long ago where I was basically going over my options. My options as far as what I am going to do with my hair. Because as it stands right now, the relaxer that I use for my hair is really not in great circulation. There have been rumors that it has been discontinued, and meanwhile, I have seen it pop up here and there, but for a very premium price. Yes. So it's the whole scarcity thing, as well as when I called the company to find out what was going on. They told me that they no longer sell it to just the lay person, the DIY kitchen beautician. They only want to do it for the other professionals. And so that's why it's been so hard to get. Needless to say, this has been quite the scenario for me as far as what I'm going to do. Either I'm going to continue to relax my hair or whatever. So that's what I talked about in that particular video. And for today, I have an update. Yes. After pondering and thinking and pondering and musing and rolling the marbles around in my head to see what I was, going to do, I decided what I was going to do. And that would be, hold on. That's a little premature. Hold your horses. Give just a little bit more background as far as what the choices were. I had 3 choices. So behind door number 1 would have been me changing relaxers. So instead of, I forgot to tell you what relaxer it is. For those who are not initiated, I use the Ultra Precise Relaxer in mild. Again, I haven't been able to really find it. I used to buy it on Amazon, but they're charging quite a bounty for it. So back to the choices. My first choice would be to change relaxers. I was considering Revlon because I had that years and years ago, but I think that's Lye, and I'm used to no Lye, and I just figure I would stick to that and not change that up too much. And as far as that's concerned, you guys came through and you guys had a lot of suggestions. A lot of you guys like Mazzani. Some people mentioned ORS, but it wasn't with high regard, let's say like that. So that wasn't on the list. But Mazzani and basically Affirm, those were the 2 big heavy hitters as far as what was suggested. I never tried any of Mazzani's products, so I'm not really familiar with them too much. By name, yes. Product-wise, no. So my thing was to go with the Affirm. I believe it's a system or a whole relaxer system. So in addition to the tub of relaxer, it has like all these other components like the neutralizer and the this and the that and can do all this other stuff. So I really was considering it. I even have it on my Amazon page list, with all the products that you are thinking of buying or possibly, the little wish list. And so even though it's more than what I normally pay for my Precise, it's reasonably priced because you get a lot of bang for your buck. And even though it got great reviews, I did hear a little bit of rumblings about, one was that it was just a lot of steps. Like I said, it's not just, okay, put on the relaxer, rinse it out, wash it out, go about, styling your hair. As far as I know, it's more involved as far as the steps. So you got the relaxer, you got this and that, like I said earlier. And I wasn't too sure whether I wanted to do all of this steps. Maybe I'm a little spoiled and I'm just used to slapping it on. Well, not slapping it on, but applying my relaxer and then doing the whole washout thing and then just keeping it moving. But the Affirm is very specific as far as the products. And I also heard that you really have to buy the whole system. And it usually comes in two parts. Like I even looked on Amazon and they sold the relaxer, but then you had to click on something else to buy the rest of the system, like the neutralizer and all this other stuff. And I could be wrong, maybe I just clicked on the wrong thing. But with that being said, I was second guessing myself as far as using that particular system. Now, again, it had rave reviews. Even my sister has used it when she was relaxed. She's natural now. That's what her hairstylist used on her hair, and it always looked great. So I just sort of put that on the back burner. I said, I'll just put a little pause on that. Let me continue to think. Now, door number 2 was to go all natural, which basically I would have to grow out my relaxer and go natural because I was not going to do a big chop. I'm still not. So with that being said, I did seriously consider it. I really did. I was looking at my hair. I was playing around with it. I was looking at some pictures of, what's the girl's name? Tracy Ellis Ross. She's one of my hair inspirations and she's natural. She has these full, like this full head of hair. And I was thinking, well, maybe I could do that. Maybe I could rock it. We sort of have narrow faces and big eyes. Maybe I could do what she does as far as styling her hair. And then one of you guys, and you know who you are, one of you guys suggested that I look at another young lady here on the YT because she transitioned from relaxed to natural when she has really long hair, both before and after, while she was relaxed and now that she's natural. And she's a straight-haired natural. So I did look at her videos, but come to find out, after I dug a little further, she did do a big chop. Now, it wasn't really crop, but it was, she did a little, she did her thing. She cut it off and grew it from scratch. And again, that's not really my thing. That's not really my thing. With that being said, I sort of put that on the back burner too. I said, okay, let me continue to think. Okay, and then behind door number 3, I said, you know what? Maybe I'll just pay the king's ransom and just stick to the precise. I'm very familiar with it. It's easy peasy for me. I can do it with my eyes closed, basically. Like I said, I'm familiar with the product. I know how it's going to work on my hair. I don't have to do any guessing or finessing. And even though it hurts my feelings to pay pretty much double of what I've been, well, no, at this point it's 3 times as much, because when I used to get it at Sally Beauty, it was $7.99. The last time that I bought it on Amazon, it was about $12. And like I said, right now, in fact, the last time that I checked, do you know that they are now selling it for about $43? It's the same box. It's not 43. Let me just say that one more again. $43. So I said, okay, that's what we doing? Okay. So I said, you know what? Took a little breath. And again, you guys were very active in the comments. And quite a few of you, including my sister, chimed in and said, you know what? You've done so well with it. Why don't you just stick with it? With the health of your hair and where you are now, what you pay for this relaxer, if you were to stick to it, it'll be worth it. Because that way you can stay, you can keep that up, basically. And I even reasoned, I said, well, I don't go to the salon, and at the salon, I know that I would have to pay, a nice price to get my hair professionally done. So being that I have my own certificate of kitchen beauticianship, that saves me a little bit of coins right there. If the relaxer, if I do pay more for it, I'm still in the black instead of the red. I'm still #winning. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I have decided, okay, you can do that now. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so I have decided that, yes, I'm going to stick with the precise, ultra precise relaxer in mild. In fact, it's on its way. I just ordered it, but I did not order it from Amazon. I went on to eBay. Yes, eBay. And I saw it for a somewhat better price. I saw it for about $29 instead of the $42. People are getting really greedy out there. So instead of buying it on Amazon for an arm and a leg, I went to eBay and just paid a leg for it. And so it should be en route. Paid about $29.90, about $29 for it, plus a little bit of tax, so about 30 something and some change, whatever. And that, I'm just going to keep it moving, and that will be that. So there we are, and here we go, and we shall see. Right now, my roots are rooting and tooting, so we're getting close to that relaxer, that re-up time. So by the time it gets here, I think I'm going to wait a week, and then I'm going to put the relaxer in, and then we'll do the whole, you know, how we do relax a day around here. We like to share and, you know, just do a show and show and tell. Blah, blah, blah. So anyway, we're going to do that. But I had to come in here because I could not hold y'all know how I get. I could not hold my mule. I said, you know what? I have decided that I am going to do the relaxer. And it sort of just came over me like a very calming sense as far as my decision. Now, me going on eBay, my fingers were a little shaky because I don't know what it is. With eBay, it just seems so touch and go. Now, I know they've gotten better over the years as far as making sure people get what they clicked on. But I don't know. It's just not as reassuring as Amazon for me. But you know, I've gotten other products that were discontinued. I've gotten them from eBay and fared pretty well. So I'm not expecting anything too different. But again, you know, it should be en route. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. And I want to thank everybody because again, in my last video, y'all came through, honey. Y'all came through with the comments and the suggestions and the encouragement because I was pretty beside myself. I was a little tiffed. I was a little tiffy-tiffed because I'm just like, it felt like ransom. It really did. Like the way that they're pushing up these prices. Honey, but I'm not going to go over it again. Y'all already know how I feel about that. But y'all really came through. I mean, I even had a couple of people. In fact, one person in particular, and you know who you are, offered to send me what they saw in their store. Y'all showed me love. Y'all showed me love. Y'all showed me love. So I really do appreciate that. Even though I saw your message late, you know, I really do appreciate it. And I may still take you up on that offer because I did respond. So you just let me know, you know, that offer still, I mean, it may not even be there at this point. But again, I do appreciate that you even offer that. You know what I mean? But anyway, so that is all that I got to say for today. I told you it'd be quick. I just wanted to give y'all the skinny on what was going on. So now we can get up out of here. What do you think? I think we should, honey. So that's what we're about to do. So with that being said, that wasn't too bad, right? We were in and out, okay? I want to thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really do. And yeah, we'll be back talking about some more stuff. Honey, we got some more stuff to chit-chat about, so you got to come back for that. So you already know. It's going to be the same Dolce style. It's going to be the same Dolce channel. So you come on back.